Okay, so hang on a minute. If I've done this correctly, and I don't know if I have, but there actually might be a functioning chat now that appears on, ideally, the left window of the stream, as opposed to also the right window of the stream, which would be sick if I could actually confirm it worked. Because at the moment, I have no idea. Actually, no, hang on, let me try this out really quickly. This is a test of the new chat overlay. Does it work? Question mark. It does take it a second. Oh! There it is. There it is. There it is, guys. It's right there. It's there. I see it. It's in the bottom left there. We're improving. We're moving forward. We're modernizing. Upgrades, people. Upgrades. So, yeah, I'm definitely gonna have to improve this soon. I'm gonna have to improve the braining. Gonna have to I figured out a lot of the stream overlaying stuff, so I'm gonna actually like make a proper layout, some transitions and whatnot. I kind of know how it works now, sort of, somewhat. So after this stream and also probably the next one after, which will be tomorrow sometime, I'll definitely for sure have. I should probably pull back the. Yeah. I will definitely have something that's a lot more definitive. I would have liked to have done this stream at a different time, but I kind of left it to the last second. There's 500 primo gems on the line chat. If I don't do it now, I'll never get them. It'll be horrible. I'll have to do the Archon quest and not get my special reward, which is terrible. I can't do that. I have to do that, but that means that I'm gonna have to do this one, and I'm gonna have to stream this one like late at night. Although I think as long as I'm quiet, I should be okay. So I can't be too reactive. So I might this might just be a more chill stream where I'm just casually observing story things and whatnot, I think. Also, I don't know if you saw it or if you did see it, but the VOD for the second, I think it was the second most recent stream I did. I can't tell. I don't remember. Where I played through the story quest for Arlecchino is now out on the channel. So if you want to look at that afterwards, or if you want something else to look at, that's there now. There's another stream that I'm probably going to do a little bit of editing with as well. I'm debating on whether or not to leave the Arlecchino VOD as is, because normally things go on the live tab, but then I tried streaming on Twitch for a bit, and I don't know. I think I might stick to YouTube. Yeah, so I've got the Arlecchino video. I might, like, pull that off again, or pull it off the channel again, and then, like, do a little bit of quick work, and then put it back up with, like, maybe some slight editing things, so you don't have to sit through, like, the opening starting screen and also the ending starting screen. Like, you can just get, like, the unabridged, or not really unabridged, but, like, you know, the that'll be good. And then I'd probably also do the same thing for the next one that I upload after that, because usually I would like it if these ended up in the live portion of the channel as opposed to as videos, because they're not really videos, they're live streams. Also, I haven't done this in, like, the last stream I think was in March. What did I don't even know what I don't even remember what I was doing. I think I was just working, because I had recently reacquired a job, and I've been working at that. So now I'm back, and we've got some more stuff from Khaenri'ah this time, which I've never really been as big on the Abyss storyline. I like it, but I've always been more interested in the Fatui. But I do like the character of Dainsleif, and also I'm intrigued at the very least when it comes to our sibling and whatever they've been up to. So let's move forward with that, shall we? But yeah, seriously though, feel free to mess with the chat thing. That's on the bottom left. See if it actually works. I'm pretty sure it does. It seems to be. I don't seem to have an issue that way. Also, I can actually see chat a lot better. Before, what I was doing is I had a laptop that was just sat next to me. Now I'm actually using a secondary monitor, so I can see everything. As I said at the start, upgrades. So, that being said, where was it? I actually forget where I was going. Oh yeah. Also, I'm so smart. I accidentally got this quest started before streaming it, so yeah, I ended up chatting briefly with Catherine, and then realizing what happened, realizing, well, I guess we're moving past that bit. Leech trolls.
Scatter!
Go away.
Gotcha.
I don't have time for this, but anyways. Distractions moving forward. Let's get on with it. I'm not feeling lucky. I don't want to interact with any of you guys. I wish to get on with this story quest. Because knowing these Archon quests, they can either be kind of short, or they can be like Fontaine's Archon quests. That is to say, incredibly long. So I just want to look at one more thing. Okay. So I'm just making sure that my connection doesn't die instantaneously.
We made it to Vamara Village! Why don't we talk to some of the villagers to learn a little bit more about the missing guy? If this commission is really as challenging as Catherine made it out to be, we're gonna need to carry out a very detailed investigation.
That's right. We're talking forensics. We're talking, analysis. We're talking the whole 9 yards. We're going to do this properly, chat. We're going to figure out where this guy went. And probably also accidentally run into our sister, because that's how this quest goes. It's a good time.
Hello there. You looking to buy something? I do business in this area.
Oh, no, we're adventurers. Catherine sent us to look into a commission here in Vamara Village.
Ah, so you're here about that, then. Ah, you're not the first, that's for sure. We've certainly made a lot of trouble for you all. To be honest, we aren't holding out much hope. Many adventurers have made their way out here, confident they'd be able to help us, only to leave soon after with nothing to show for their efforts. We've pretty much had it up to here in questions, and the area around the village has practically been overturned in search of clues. But no one has been able to make any headway.
So, this person we're looking for, what's his name? Where did he live? Does he have any relatives?
I don't know. I really have no clue. I couldn't tell you.
He is a mysterious man, and he does not exist. Or at least that's the impression I'm getting off of this guy.
Okay, guess you are really sick of answering questions.
I'm sorry, I didn't mean to sound short with you. I was actually just giving you my answer to your questions.
So those 3 questions are a no-go then. Is there anything else you can tell us?
I know it may seem like we don't have anything to offer by way of information, but I promise you, we all have a very strong impression of him. When you live in the same village as someone, you develop a lot of memories together, you know? We just don't know the specifics. Maybe we did at one point, but that information is long gone by now. At least that's what everyone in the village seems to think. We've all exchanged what we know, and that was the only logical conclusion.
All right, specifics aside then, what kind of person was he?
Young guy, in his early 20s probably. Incredibly kind sort of person, always willing to lend a helping hand. I'd chat with him when I didn't have any customers. I even saw him stick out his neck for others on more than one occasion. Very interesting guy, that one.
I'll bet.
Now that you've started talking about him, you don't seem nearly as down in the dumps as you did before. Seems like he left a pretty good impression on you.
But of course, everyone in the village is pretty fond of him. We wouldn't have issued that commission otherwise. There aren't many young people like him nowadays, so genuine and pure. To think that he just up and disappeared one day. I just hope nothing bad happened.
Could he have just moved away without telling anyone?
Possibly.
No, he's not the type to leave without saying goodbye. And anyway, moving away without being seen by a single person in the village? There's no way he would have been able to manage that.
Huh. All right, thanks for the information. We're gonna go ask around some more.
Yep, probably go ask around a little more. Just gonna look again. Okay, yeah, that's fine. Talk to yes, was he the village elder? Because I remember there was the quest involving the Khaenri'ah, and I'm trying to remember. As to whether or not.
Is that guests I hear?
Yes, it is. Hello.
Hi, Grandpa Amadea. We're here to help you look for the guy that's gone missing.
Ah, so that's what brings you to these parts. Coming all this way for our sake. That's so very kind of you. With your help, I trust that young man's case is in good hands.
Could you tell us a bit about him?
Of course. I'm happy to help any way I can.
We're getting the info, chat. We're getting there.
With my failing eyesight, I'm afraid I can't offer much about his appearance. But I do remember hearing the sound of his voice. Not recently, of course. That loss has left me feeling quite empty. I don't think his parents are still living in the village. But somehow he never seemed lonely. In fact, he was usually the one offering companionship to others. He would often take time to visit the elderly or play with the orphans in the village. And whenever someone had something on their mind, he was there to listen with open ears. He always knew just what to say. As the village chief, I owe him many thanks. Helping villagers navigate difficult moments in their lives should have been one of my responsibilities. But he was often the one rising to the occasion.
Yeah, this guy sounds incredibly stand-up so far, chat.
Wow. He seems like such a nice and gentle person. No wonder his disappearance affected you all so much. But, you wouldn't happen to know any details about his name, address, or family situation, right?
I'm ashamed to admit it, but I just can't remember. No matter how you look at it, I should know those things. But for some reason, no matter how hard I try to remember, the information just doesn't come. Perhaps my age really has caught up with me this time.
It's okay. There's no need to force yourself to try and remember. We'll figure something out.
Yeah, we'll figure it out.
Well, Traveler, what do you think?
There's probably more to this case than meets the eye. A lot of things are not adding up.
I don't think so too. Like, the name thing. It's so weird that no one remembers his name.
Indeed.
And nobody has been able to tell us anything about his family or where he lived. It's like this guy's been erased from reality or something.
So this kind of reminded me of how only Rukkhadevata, or Rukkhadevata only exists in our memory now, ever since she erased herself. I would say it's more like he's someone who only exists in people's memories.
Wait, so you're saying it's not that he's been erased, necessarily, but more like he never existed to begin with?
Essentially.
Okay, Paimon's gonna need some time to process that one. Someone who only exists in people's memories?
Yeah, exactly, Rukkhadevata. Like some mass alteration of people's memories. Let me just update something relating to the stream really quick here. There we go. Yeah, there we go. Slight alteration. Don't mind me. Get back to it.
You two are the adventurers who just arrived, right? You're here for the Vamara Village Commission?
That's us.
Yep, sure are. We were just looking into the case.
I'm so glad to hear that. Thank goodness you haven't given up. I've been so worried the Adventurers Guild might cancel our commission. My name is Atosa, by the way. I grew up here in Vamara Village. Anyway, I just wanted to say, please keep searching for a missing villager. I'm begging you. You have to find him.
I'm sure we'll track him down.
Yeah, no need to worry. We'll give it our best shot. So, were you close to the missing villager? Are there any leads you can give us?
I'm not sure this counts as a lead, but follow me. There's a place I'd like to show you.
Okay. We have a lead. And it's back that way. That's okay, we'll just go up here. It'll wind back around. It'll be fine. There's a tree over here.
Is this the place? Under this tree?
Should be. Otherwise, we're in the magical land of doesn't exist. No, it's definitely under the tree. Wait, there's a dude sitting up in the tree.
Yep. I know it doesn't look like much, but this place is very meaningful to me. It's so full of memories. We used to always sit together under this tree and talk. Sometimes we would look up at the clouds in the sky, or stop to feel the wind against our skin. We could sit there for hours at a time, never realizing how long it had been. I was actually adopted by the people of Vamara Village. The forest rangers found me in the woods as a child.
That's odd.
I was surrounded by such good people, and growing up in the village was so lively. Still, there were times when I couldn't help but feel incredibly alone.
Alone?
How should I put it? When something's bothering you, or when you have good news to share, you always want to talk about it with somebody. But for the longest time, I didn't know who I could talk to, or if I should say anything at all.
Indeed.
Everyone has their own problems to deal with. Even if I might want to confide in others,
I don't know if that was in the
I
mic or
don't
not.
want to become a burden.
I think I get what you mean.
Really? You know exactly how I feel?
I used to have someone like that. A family member that I could talk to no matter what. But now I have lots of friends who understand me and would be happy to hear me out.
Aww.
No, isn't this all nice? Anyway.
Wow, that sounds really nice. You're quite lucky. When it comes to our missing villager, well, I guess you could say that to me. He felt like both a family member I could rely on and a friend who could really understand me.
Mm-hmm.
No matter what came my way, I knew I could always talk to him. He was so thoughtful and pure, and patient, too. Whenever I talked to him, he would always seem so interested, as if the things I was describing were just as important to him as they were to me. Ever since he disappeared, There's been so much I wanted to tell him. No, none of those things matters now. I just really want to see him again.
Wow. You two must have been really close.
Indeed, especially putting this much time and effort into caring so deeply about him. Sorry, just clicking on things. I haven't done this in a while, so I'm just making sure that everything's working. I do not want it to crap out in the middle of the stream. That would not be good.
Did he ever tell you anything about himself?
He mostly just talked about interesting things he saw around the village. He'd share a lot of his own wild ideas as well. Oh, right! I did ask him about his parents once. But all he said was, they're not here anymore. I didn't know whether that meant they had left the village or passed away, and I didn't want to pry.
That's very polite of you.
Still not much to go off of.
Indeed.
Look at me. Talking your ear off and still nothing to show for it. I'm sorry I wasn't more help.
You helped us understand him better.
The last time I talked this much in one go was when we were still together. Come to think of it, every time we talked, it always seemed to be around dusk. Just like right now. Time always passed by really slowly. Even when it felt like we'd been talking for hours, the sun would still be at the same position in the sky.
I'm gonna be here until morning, aren't I?
Well, time always seems to pass slower when you're relaxed, right? What's wrong, Traveler?
It's always the same time of day, and time never seemed to pass. Based on what we've learned, this is definitely not a regular missing persons case. What Atosa just told us about time could be the key to unraveling this whole mystery. Could it be the work of an enemy stand?
Hey, look at those hilly trails over there. Doesn't it seem like they're acting a little strange?
I don't know, they act pretty strange all of the time. An abyss mage.
The Abyss Order. Could they be the ones behind all of this?
I mean, probably. The bird. Oh.
Uh-oh, we've been spotted! Quick, get ready to fight!
Alright, let's batter the bird.
Busted. Things are about to get dicey. Propagate!
Nice shield. It's already broken. Oh, there's many of them.
Germinate!
Out of my way! Get with me!
Once again, nice shields.
Scatter!
Thank you so much. I wasn't expecting monsters to show up. If you hadn't been here, I'm not sure what I would have done.
It was no trouble.
The question we should be asking now is, what is the Abyss Order doing around here?
Now that I think about it, the hilly trolls around Vilmara village have been a lot more active lately. They seem agitated and would often attack anything in sight. Chief Amadea doesn't allow the children to play in the area around the village anymore.
Maybe the Abyss Order really is involved. Well, we should head back and check out the situation in Vimara Village just in case. If the Abyss Order is plotting something, that could spell trouble for the villagers.
It most certainly could, Paimon. Oh, and an achievement.
Wait a second. The person... It's Dainslev!
Oh, so he just shows up this time. No fancy entrances,
It's
no
you
nothing.
two.
Been a while.
Oh, a friend of yours?
You could say that.
Well, I'll leave you all to it then. I should head back to the village and check up on Chief Amadea and the others anyway. Well, see you later.
Yep, see you later, Atosa! Why do you you always have to pop up out of nowhere like that? Is it your life's mission to jump scare us or something?
Yes.
It's hardly personal, or intentional for that matter. As long as you and I are both in pursuit of the Abyss Order, we're bound to cross paths.
Ah, so you're here to investigate the Abyss Order then. That would explain the monsters you were fighting just now.
Naturally. Hold on. Are you not here for the same purpose?
We are also on their tail, but I'll admit we ran into them accidentally.
No matter. It may have taken you a while to catch on, but I'm sure you've also realized by now that there's something strange about this place. The Abyss Order is most certainly planning something in this area. Or worse, their plan could already be in motion.
So you think the Abyss Order is behind the hilly trail activity in the area?
As things stand, I highly doubt that is their primary motive. I would imagine the increased hilichurl activity is merely a byproduct of whatever it is they're really trying to accomplish.
Still, the hilichurl activity is causing a lot of problems for the people here. We should stick around for a while and protect the village, don't you think?
The best way to protect them is by figuring out what the Abyss Order is truly planning. That is how we prevent further tragedy.
I'm gonna do something really quickly here, Chad, and it might get me it might get me some heat. I say that, but to be honest, it'll probably be fine. Oh boy. Alright, task completed. There we go. Alright. Very epic. Well, let's see what more we can learn from the villagers.
And you shall have them.
Oh, and you
I
owe us
never
many
intended
questions.
to hide anything from you. Don't worry. There should be ample time to talk.
You return to Vimara village and gather... Okay, I guess I'm not reading that.
Ah. So that was the commission that brought you here to Vimara village.
Yes, somebody went missing. It's pretty serious.
Someone who seems to only exist in people's memories. That is indeed quite intriguing. I would agree that it's unlikely you have a simple missing persons case on your hands. However, any possible connection to the Abyss Order is still unclear. It appears all we have by way of clues is increased hilichurl activity. And that is certainly not much to go off of.
No, it isn't. In that case, how about the intel you promised me?
Right! That mysterious voice he heard in his sister's memory. The one who called himself a sinner. Who is he?
Traveler, let me ask you this. Do you believe your sibling to have betrayed you?
In a manner of speaking, yeah. I mean, she kind of did, but also kind of didn't. Because technically, you could say that the altering of one's own beliefs and ideas and whatnot. I mean, technically, that could count as betrayal, if you want to call it that. No, this is not Fortnite. So I mean, technically, it's betrayal. So I guess, yeah.
I sense hesitation in your words. After all, you still haven't figured out the whole truth of what happened.
Yeah, no, we haven't. That's why we're here.
There's still hope for the two of you to reconcile. Irreparable damage has not yet been done.
Yet.
The sinner you wish to know about, his situation is different. He and his fellow sinners have long betrayed me, and long betrayed their nation. His name is Vedrfolnir, the Visionary.
The Visionary.
I'm loath to admit it, but he is also my kin, my older brother.
He has a brother? Whoa.
Your brother?
What really happened in Khaenri'ah back then?
There were 5 of them, the 5 sinners of Khaenri'ah, the wise Roptatir, the visionary Vedderfolnir,
Rheindotir.
Gold Rhindaughter, the foul Sertologi, and Rehir of Solnari, Rerir.
Rheindotir, that's Diluc's ancestor, if I'm remembering correctly.
No matter how eroded my memory may become, I will never forget their names. One day, I shall have my vengeance.
Wait, some of those names sound really familiar. Rhindaughter is the one who created Albedo. Sertologi is Skirk's master.
Oh, and that's the other connection.
And the one we just learned about, Dane's brother, Vedderfolnir. If he was the voice of the sinner, then the one who inspired Clothar to create the Abyss Order was him.
Somehow everything is connected. You mean somehow? If that's true, then the stone slates we found in that ruin in Fontaine, the ones that outlined Fontaine's prophecy, was likely Verderfolnir's doing as well.
They were once people of great esteem in Khaenri'ah, those who carried the hopes of the nation. They were the best of their peers, outstanding in their respective fields. 6 of us, together. We should have been the ones to prevent the disaster. The ones to stop the Vinster King from continuing to rock the foundation of the world.
And by consequence, also massively pissing off the Heavenly Principles.
Yet, deep within, the 5 of them craved something more. They could not resist the call of the Abyss, and divided among themselves a power that could destroy the world. So they became sinners, but also transcendent beings, each in possession of world-shattering power. And when the cataclysm occurred, not one of them stood up in defense of their nation. Not one came forward to prevent the tragedy, and for that, they shall never have my forgiveness.
And then, my sibling came into contact with your brother.
Indeed. If they are not stopped, the day is sure to come when they will also betray the entire world.
Must be hard to talk about all of this, but thank you for telling me.
Of course. As I said, I never intended to hide anything from you.
So, Dane, what have you been looking into all this time?
I've continued to investigate the questions surrounding the Loom of Fate. It's been quite some time since the initial operation was launched. By retrieving the eye of the first field tiller, we were able to stop part of their plan from coming to fruition.
Oh, Paimon remembers! Weren't they going to use it to corrupt Osial and make a god or something?
Indeed. However, it's obvious that was just some sort of technical experiment. The eye was integral to their plan, yet somehow, despite failing to obtain it, they've skipped the experimental phase and found some other way to keep moving forward. There are many signs pointing to that effect.
Then, what should we do? It's not too late, is it?
Our most pressing concern is to determine the purpose of the Loom of Fate. From there, we'll be able to deduce the Abyss Order's true objective. Based on the intel I've gathered so far, I suspect the Loom of Fate is related to the ley lines in some way.
Isn't everything related to the ley lines?
The ley lines?
The ley lines?
Traveler, you were able to observe your siblings' memories last time, yes? I believe that was due to the fact that the ley lines in that area were unstable. My recent investigation has shown that Abyss Order activity in a particular area is usually followed by a series of issues with the ley lines.
And one of the things that flows through the ley lines are memories.
Wait, then our commission here in Vimara Village, the person who seems to exist only in people's memories, could it be connected?
Possibly. Memories, ley lines, the Loom of Fate, the missing person that doesn't seem to exist? What's the connection between all of this?
It's certainly possible. I'll join your investigation tomorrow. This missing persons case could very well turn out to be the key to unraveling these mysteries.
I'm also noticing, by the way, with the chat that emojis are not displaying, so I'll have to figure that out.
Well, if we're teaming up with Dane again, we're gonna need all the energy we can get. Let's try investigating somewhere a little further away tomorrow.
That would be ideal.
So tired. Paimon used way
God
too much
damn,
brain juice
Paimon.
yesterday. It's all Dane's fault saying all that complicated stuff.
Paimon using too much brain juice. Paimon doesn't have a brain to use brain juice on in the first place. I didn't sleep well either. Well, I'm also not going to sleep well.
Well, let's go find Dane. We've got a lot to do today.
I'm expecting this to go on for another 4 hours. My sleep will be non-existent. Also, I think for the sake of the streams, even though I probably don't have to do this. Oh, this will end badly. Full screen window. No, actually, that's gonna screw it up. Okay, this is what I get for using. This is what I get for using the newer monitor. Performance issues. Maybe, I don't know. I'll just have to figure it out. I mean, I kind of am asking a lot of the system at the moment as well.
Hello, Dane? Why are you just zoning out over here?
He's thinking, Paimon. Let him think.
Did something happen?
What's wrong, Dane?
The missing person from your commission. Could you describe them to me?
Oh,
Not really. We weren't given any details. Excuse me.
young guy? Early 20s? Seriously, Dane, what's going on?
There appear to be certain memories in my mind that weren't there before. Memories of him.
Maybe we just talked too much about him yesterday and you had a weird dream or something?
No, it wasn't a dream. They're memories. Memories that suddenly appeared in my mind after I woke up. And I'm certain I've never met this person before.
Well, what exactly did you remember? Air quotes, because these aren't actual memories. These are just things you're suddenly... What is going on?
I remember handing him the eye of the first field tiller.
Okay.
What? Okay, so this missing person definitely has something to do with the Abyss Order then.
Indeed. And it appears he possesses the ability to implant memories into the minds of others.
How is that even possible? Well, it's a dumb question to ask in the world of Teyvat, frankly.
Wait then. All the memories the villagers have of him, could they be fake too? Maybe they never knew him at all. But why would he do something like that?
Whatever the Abyss Order is planning, an important truth has been revealed to us this morning.
Yes, it has.
What sort of truth?
That their goal is still to obtain the eye of the first field tiller. They haven't stopped searching for it. I am the only person who knows its location. Perhaps implanting that particular memory was an attempt to interfere with my mind in some way.
Is the eye still safe?
Your concerns are not entirely unfounded. I don't believe the Abyss Order is capable of altering reality like that just yet.
Altering reality like that just yet?
However, considering their single-minded pursuit of the eye, I would say an equal level of caution is in order on our part. Come with me. We must check whether the eye is still in our possession.
Oh, so you're going to take us to where you hid it?
But what if someone follows us? If we go straight there and someone is on our tail, aren't we just exposing the eye's location? Maybe that's the reason the Abyss Order implanted that memory in the first place, to form Dainsleif to confirm the eye's location. Given what I know of him, though, I'm sure Dainsleif has already thought of that possibility. And it seems he might already have a plan. Lead the way.
Of course.
He put it up in the mountains near the chasm. Alright then. I'm not really sure how this is a secure location, but I'm not going to question it.
So you hid it way out here? Not an easy place to discover, that's for sure.
I would beg to differ.
Well, let's go check to see if it's safe.
Traveler, wait.
Hmm?
We've no time to lose. Let's head inside.
Okay, that was weird. What was he gonna say just now?
Hey, wait up!
Alright, some fishy's going on here, chat. Ceiling power. Oh, this'll end well. No pyro? Ah, fine. What? I mean, it's not like they're gonna, like, you know, implement enemies that can only be dealt with pyro or something. I mean, that'd be ridiculous, chat. Why would they do that? Certainly looks Khaenri'ah down here. Hello and welcome to the Abyss Order's special dungeon or something. I have no idea. There's a bunch of loot up ahead, though. Ooh, and some enemies. Fungi. My threat is fungi. Alright. They're just saving something mental for later on. I hope so. That's more of them.
Gotcha. Here comes the cat.
Hyper Gloom for the win, chat.
It appears the mechanisms here have changed over time. You can access the upper floor through the side door. Perhaps you should try reactivating the mechanism over there.
Alright. Works for me. Ooh, that's a chest. Thank you.
The bond is strong.
Let's do this while we wait. It's a ruin guard. Is that where he put the eye, or? Oh no, it's an enemy. Alright then.
Propagate! Spring forth!
Lightning terrified!
Oh, missed. Hang on. Bro, come on, hit the shot. Thank you.
Quiet matter.
Go as planned!
I've defeated the giant robot. Alright, what is this? Okay. So, lights of some kind.
Make sure all the runes are pointing in the direction indicated by the light. That should unlock the mechanism.
Okay then. Oh, they're circles. I see.
door's open. Let's go. Our destination is just up ahead.
All right. Big sort of throne room kind of area. Boss fight? Large, powerful enemy? I don't know, something in here.
Looks like we can't go any further.
Yes, Paimon, we can't.
Be on your guard. I sense the presence of the Abyss.
That is a cool voice line. What the?
It's the Abyss Order! They're here!
Been a while since I fought one of these things.
Scatter! Things are about to get dicey.
Get with me!
It's not gonna last long though. Oh, that's why it mentioned Pyro. He's a cryo character. He's cryo. Okay, actually, this could be a slight problem. Actually, wait, no, it isn't. I have electricity.
Propagate!
Ow. That hurt, and I didn't appreciate that. Ow. Chat, he's kind of Chat, I changed my mind. He's kind of strong. Gene for the win. Actually, I don't know, because it's not going to damage him. Okay. So I guess my hope is use superconduct. Out and swirl. Sir, could you stop comboing me for like 5 seconds? Thank you. I appreciate that. Let me whittle away at your shield. Should have listened, chat. I should have brought Dia. This fight would have been over by now.
Germinate!
Gotcha.
He is pretty strong. Got him.
Just as I suspected. The false memories were a trap. The Abyss Order just wanted to follow us here. Now that they're in the vicinity, we should have a chance to see.
They hit him with some major memories.
Dane? What's wrong?
Leave me alone!
Can you feel that? There's been a disturbance in the ley lines. It must be the work of the Abyss.
I sense a disturbance in the Force.
Wow, you must be really sensitive to that sort of thing. Paimon doesn't feel it.
You too. Do as I say. Use that mechanism over there and leave this place.
Leave you here on your own? Will you be alright?
The Abyss Order is putting something in motion. If you return to Vimara Village, I suspect you might finally have the opportunity to locate the missing villager.
Alright.
Just think of it as a way to divide and conquer.
Alright. Don't need to be told twice. That seems pretty legitimate to me. Doorway. He does have a point, but something still feels off. What am I missing? I guess we'll never know. Whose ominous footsteps are those? Menacing. Well, hey there, sis.
I knew going along with your trap would be the only way to meet with you face to face.
Been a while since you've been in a cutscene, or any story material, for that matter.
You risked your safety and that of the Eye? That's quite the gamble, Dainsleif. But I believe that I am the one walking into a trap laid by the Twilight Sword.
Dainsleif is pretty
So
clever.
you came here all on your own? What about those followers of yours?
When the Twilight Sword is prepared for battle, any army I could send would only be marching to their doom. Better that I face you alone.
Bold.
I know you must have a lot to say, but if it's a conversation you want, you'll have to defeat me first.
Alright, chat, start power scaling. Start power scaling right now. Who's stronger? I guess we'll never know. Or maybe we will know. I have no idea.
The Abyss Order's on the move. The ley lines are all out of whack. We better hurry back to...
Don't need to be told,
Hey,
Paimon.
look at those hilly trails over there.
They seem strangely calm.
Weren't they acting super agitated just a little while ago? Why are they so calm all of a sudden?
Wait, I hear something.
In the new world, they bade farewell to the shrouded sun. At last, they no longer needed to dwell on their suffering, or try to differentiate between various thoughts of blasphemy. Such was the price they paid, and thus their souls became cleansed and pure.
Did you hear that? What was that sound just now?
You heard it too, Paimon?
It sounded so gentle. Could that voice be comforting the hilly trails in some way?
They're giving the hilly trails free ASMR.
Oh, this is weird. Let's check if this is happening anywhere else.
I mean, it probably is.
Looks like the same thing is happening over here, too. The hilly trails are calm.
Okay, that was weird. There was no transition into that. It was just boop, here we are.
You see, we're both still here. We've reclaimed an endless amount of time to love. Release your tears. You no longer need to hold back your sorrow.
It's that voice again. Let's just do this really quick.
Hear me.
Alright, we're good.
Over there. It looks like they're sleeping.
In the end, he whispered softly,
Hello, and welcome to the ASMR.
"Sleep well, Father. Sleep well, my beloved people. When you awake, that which differentiates us shall be no more."
It almost sounds like a poem or some kind of story.
Kind of like the one we're in.
Well, now that the hilly trails have calmed down, Vimara Village should be safe at least. Let's put this situation to the side for now. Dane said this might be our chance to find the missing villager, so we should head back to Vimara Village before it's too late.
Let's get back to the village. So that hopefully everything doesn't go horribly wrong. Oh, and I'm in the water. Alright. This is why I should be paying attention to the main screen, not the side screen. Maybe they remember something now. I mean, that'd be kind of cool.
Grandpa Medea, is everyone all right? The Abyss Order seems to be up to something nearby.
The Abyss Order? This is the first I'm hearing of it. Thank you for your concern, but as far as I'm aware, it's been business as usual here in the village.
Well, that's good to hear. Oh, also, you didn't happen to come across any clues about the missing villager while we were gone, did you?
Someone's gone missing, you say? Who would that be?
Huh?
Okay, well, evidently he's not here. Things just got more complicated.
You know, the young guy from Vamara Village. The one you've been looking for all this time. You posted a commission with the Sumeru Adventurers Guild. That's kind of the whole reason we're here, actually. Your missing persons commission.
Ah, I do apologize, you two. I hope I'm not worrying you too much. I'm sure it's just my age making me forgetful again. At least right now, I can't seem to recall whatever it is you're referring to. Perhaps you should try asking someone else.
But how is that? All right. Thanks for your help, Grandpa Amadea.
Grandpa Amadeo. Sorry.
Something's definitely not right. We just talked to Grandpa Amadea about the missing villager. There's no way he could have forgotten all about him just like that. What do you think, Traveler? Could everyone's memories of the missing villager have been erased again?
It's too early to say. We should check in with the others first.
You're right. We should narrow down the possibilities first. Let's go ask someone else then.
Someone's gone missing? Who?
Just as expected. That guy you said a bunch of nice things about earlier? The one you always used to chat with. He's around 20 years old, and you said he was a kind, warm-hearted person?
Oh, I know who you're talking about.
Really? You remember?
There aren't many young people who've earned that kind of praise from me. If you're certain that's what I said, then there's only one person who fits the bill. No doubt about it. But why'd you say he's gone missing?
Have you seen him recently?
Yeah, I just saw him leave the village. There was someone else with him, too. They couldn't have gone far.
Strange. Bayram seems to remember him. And apparently he just saw him? Do you think maybe it's not that there's something wrong with people's memories, but that we've somehow returned to a time before he went missing?
I thought we were done with the time shenanigans, especially after the Sumeru Archon quest. I doubt returning to the past would be that simple. Given everything Dainsleif mentioned about the disturbances with the ley lines, I'd say it's far more likely this is related to memories in some way. I need to think carefully. What's really going on? Oh, good, it's one of these. I'm so good at these, chat. I'm about to fall face first trying to figure this one out. Okay, people have forgotten about the disappearing person. We've returned to a point before the disappearance took place. We're traversing someone's memories.
If this person only exists in people's memories, maybe we're in someone's memory right now. Just like what happened with Greater Lord Rukkhadevata, no one remembers him, because there's been a change in people's memories. If we really did travel back to a time before he disappeared, that could explain why the villagers said he hadn't gone missing.
Right! Paimon totally forgot about the ley line disturbances. We're in someone else's memory. Just like how you entered your sibling's memory last time. That would also explain why we seem to be at a time before he went missing. It's a memory after all.
If we really are in someone's memory, then this is our chance to find him.
Right. If he's someone who only exists in people's memories, then we're finally on the same turf. But didn't Bayron just say that he saw him leave the village with someone? Where should we go look for him?
The same place we saw the woman last time.
Who knows how long this ley line disturbance is gonna last? We might not have that much time, and we don't even know whose memory this is.
Let's go through what we know so far.
Good idea. That'll help us narrow things down.
Didn't we just do that?
We pretty much figured out that the missing villager has the ability to...
Implant memories into the minds of others.
Right! That! Could we try to figure out more about him using what we know of his ability? Like, does it maybe leave a trace that would somehow give him away?
Implanting memories into the minds of others must be an imperfect process. There's no way the new memories could perfectly blend in with the old ones. There has to be some kind of tell.
All the memories seem to be set in or near Vimara village, but I'm still not sure if they're restricted to this location. No.
That is not what I meant to click.
If time was allowed to pass within the false memories, there's a higher chance they might conflict with someone's original recollection. That would make it much harder to avoid suspicion. There's a difference between memories that arise from lived experiences and those that are implanted into the mind. Perhaps it has something to do with time. Maybe not. We don't have any way to prove whether certain memories were simply forgotten or never existed in the first place.
No wonder! All this time and the sky hasn't changed a bit! That must mean time isn't passing! That's the tell of the fake memories! The implanted memories are basically taking place outside of the regular 24 hours of the day. If the memories included the regular passage of time, it would be easy for people to tell that something was off. Like there could be overlap or something. People might start to wonder why they remember doing two different things at the same time of day. That's why he makes sure the memories take place at a specific moment in time rather than over a period of time.
Precisely. If we consider this in conjunction with what we already know, then the question of whose memory this is seems to have an obvious answer. Atosa, yeah.
The color of the sky coincides with the moment in time she described.
Oh, right! That's exactly what Atosa described!
Come to think of it, every time we talked, it always seemed to be around dusk, just like right now.
We got her, chat. She's guilty.
Time always passed by really slowly. Even when it felt like we'd been talking for hours, the sun would still be at the same position in the sky.
We got her, chat.
That has to be it! This is definitely Atosa's memory.
To the tree!
Yeah, that's where they'll be.
We got him, chat. Ladies and gentlemen, we got him. They're by the tree. Go find the tree. Who in the hell is that?
So, you see, Granny Jahiet was a mercenary when she was younger. She just talks like that out of habit. She's not trying to scare the children on purpose.
A mysterious man.
Oh, there I go again. Always talking about my own things. Do you maybe have anything you want to share? It's okay if you don't. You could also just talk about what you think of me?
Aww.
Oh, I think you're an incredibly strong and thoughtful young woman.
It's a Khaenri'ah.
You'll meet many amazing people and live a very happy life. You won't miss someone like me.
Huh? Are those your friends over there?
Absolutely not. We are here to interrogate you. We finally found him, but why does he look kind of familiar?
Oh, right. This version of Atosa hasn't met us yet.
Friends? I guess you could say that. It must have taken them a lot of effort to find me.
Quite.
So, I should see what they need. I'm sorry, Atosa. We'll have to continue this conversation another time.
Another time, huh? Yeah, okay. I'll head back to the village then. Talk to you some other time.
Except not actually. Alright, buddy, the jig's up. What
It's
are you
nice
up
to
to?
see you, Traveler. I believe this is the first time we've met.
You're... Factoring in the memories, the Abyss Order, the Loom of Fate, and everything else, I need to think of one person that can connect all of this together. Caliber. No, well, no, that wouldn't make any sense, and neither would this.
Dane's brother, one of the 5 sinners of Khaenri'ah. The one who stole the power of the Abyss. No, that doesn't seem right.
Clothar Alberich. Well, it can't be Caliber. Or wait, unless it is Caliber, based on the armband.
Born into abject sorrow, he shall now become the loom of fate. You're Khaenri'ah Alberich.
Oh, in his actual form and not in his hilichurl form like last time.
Oh, you know me? That's quite the surprise. I don't believe I've met you before. Oh, I see. It was the memory, wasn't it? Your sibling's memory. You saw the me from back then. This is Atosa's memory. I came here to say goodbye to her, but I suppose I'll just leave her a message instead. Come, let's find somewhere else to talk.
Whoa. New memory. What on earth is going on? He's casting a spell on me. He's using strange characters that look like misjoined music symbols. He's casting a spell on me. He's going to entrap me, chat. He's going to put me in a bubble. Or like a time cage or something. I have no idea. I'm nervous. What? Fantasy Treeland? It's very pretty here. And apparently the water here isn't real either. The music here is also very soothing. What is this place?
I suppose you could call it the realm of my consciousness. I'm someone who no longer exists in the real world after all. As you well know.
You look quite exhausted.
It's nothing. I still have enough strength to play the part of a good host. I've always hoped that I'd get the chance to talk to you like this. And now, the time has finally arrived.
This is a rare opportunity for me as well. I should try to learn as much information from Caliber as I can. What exactly is the Loom of Fate?
Extreme sorrow and pain. Hope and regret coursing through your veins. And a degree of abyssal power that defies comprehension. Father told me that once I possessed all those elements, I would become the Loom of Fate. But despite his intentions for me, I never truly became the Loom of Fate. I was merely used as a means for its construction. In truth, I died the moment I set everything in motion.
He's a ghost.
The person you see before you now is nothing but a remnant of consciousness left over within the Loom of Fate.
Caliber is dead. That's why he no longer exists outside of people's memories.
As for your question, the Loom of Fate is a device capable of weaving ley lines.
Weaving ley lines?
In its primitive form, it can only be used to create and implant memories. But as more of it is completed, its power becomes stronger and stronger, until finally, it has the power to weave real ley lines of its own.
Wait a second. So it can weave the strings that tie the existence of the world of Teyvat together. I can see why Dainsleif is worried about this.
Once fully completed, the moment it gains the power to weave ley lines, it loses the lower level ability to influence memories.
Well, I mean, it doesn't matter at that point, because you can just weave the lines that tie reality together.
But it also becomes a tool that can change the entire world.
So that was the source of your ability to implant memories?
Yes. I have the ability to control the loom in its semi-completed form. I suppose you can think of it as a form of compensation. After all, its existence cost me my life.
So the memories that suddenly appeared in Dainslif's mind were implanted by Caliber through the half-finished Loom of Fate. That makes sense, but I'm still lost as to why he went so far to introduce himself to all the residents of Imara Village. But why did you implement memories of yourself into the people there?
Ah, that. I was wrong to implant those memories. I'm sorry I caused so much trouble. Not only for everyone in the village, but for you as well. I just wanted them to feel like I once existed in this world. As if I had a chance at life.
So that's why. I would have never guessed that. But is there any kind of meaning to this? Does only existing in people's memories really count as living?
I know what you must be thinking. Why would I do something so meaningless? But I just couldn't accept it. I had to know what it would be like if I had my own life. What kind of person I would be. What other people would think of me. Chief Ahmadiyya, Baram, Granny Jahiyat, Atosa.
Aww.
What would it be like if I could live alongside them? No cataclysm, no curse. Just a quiet life in a peaceful village. I was curious, so I selfishly tried to have my own life. Even if that meant piecing together the version of myself that could have been. One memory at a time. I know it sounds stupid. After all, my life ended a long time ago. Any chance at living was stripped away from me when I was 8 years old. My consciousness left to mature in an illusory world of nothingness. Even the form you see before you was nothing but an invention based on my father's appearance. An imagined version of what I would look like if I had the chance to grow up.
In the end, this all stems from the tragedy that occurred in Khaenri'ah back then. Everyone is looking for you.
I know. But there's nothing I can do to make them find me. If I could exist in the real world, I would return without a second thought and surprise them with the suddenness of it all. But, well, that's not possible for me.
As I understand it, even though you only appeared in their memories, your existence was a great comfort to them. They all believed you once lived among them.
I know.
Well, now that I've found you, let's continue this conversation some other time. Dainslif still might need my help.
Captain Dainslif? Twilight Sword, you mean? No need to meet up with him. Things should already be settled on his end.
Settled?
Exactly. As someone who could only exist in people's memories, the fact that I'm able to talk to you in my consciousness like this can only mean one thing. The Loom of Fate has already been completed.
He lost? The Loom of Fate is already complete. That means the eye of the first field tiller must have fallen into the hands of the Abyss. Could something have happened to Dainslif?
No need to worry about Captain Dainslif. He's absolutely fine. The only reason he lost the eye was because I happened to guess exactly what he was planning. Captain Dainslif has had the eye inside his body this whole time, hasn't he? His plan was to lure the Abyss Order to a false location, capitalizing on their pursuit of the eye in order to have the chance to confront the princess. He would then hand the eye to you and tell you to take it away from that location. That way, Captain Dainslif could accomplish his own goal and ensure the safety of the eye all at once. A very thorough plan.
But Dainslif never handed me the eye.
That's right, because in his mind, he had given it to you already.
Wait, does that mean he gave Dane a false memory? You made him think that. When?
Before you two entered that false location.
Traveler, wait. We've no time to lose. Let's head inside.
Sneaky. So when Dainsley froze up back then, it was because of false memories being planted into his head. No wonder.
That was when I implanted the memory of him handing you the eye. Given the tense situation at that time, Captain Dainsleif failed to notice anything out of the ordinary, and took that memory to be real. I'm sorry, Traveler, but I needed the Loom of Fate to be completed. And to do that, we had to retrieve the eye.
So Dainsleif had the eye this whole time until the Abyss Order took it away. I'm not sure there's anything we could have done. Now that the loom is complete, what are you planning on doing with it?
I promise I'm not trying to conceal anything from you, but I truly have no idea what the princess is planning.
Judging on what we know, it probably has to do with getting back at Celestia for the implanted memories she has of being associated with Khaenri'ah, which means going against the heavenly principles.
Tevat's ley line system is deeply entrenched in the planet. Creating new ley lines can neither replace nor extend the ones that already exist. In the face of everything they could be planning, I fear I'm too insignificant to even get a glimpse of the bigger picture. In any case, I had my own use for the Loom of Fate, and my goal, at least, has been achieved.
Your goal?
You remember my father, don't you? Clotar Alberic. I believe you saw him in your sibling's memory.
Yeah, I remember him.
After he used the power of the Abyss to restore consciousness to my hilichurl form, I suffered from an indescribable level of mental anguish. To comfort me, my father told me a story, that this was a fairy tale world where I had to take on the form of a little monster. That story managed to dispel my fears, even if just for a moment. My goal was simple: to use the Loom of Fate in its near-completed form, when its ability to create memories was at its strongest, to implant a specific memory into the minds of the hilichurls. In that memory, I would tell them a story, just like my father did for me. It was a story of fairy tales and love. But more than anything, it was the story of us.
He gave them back their history. So the thing that caused the hilichurls to calm back down then was Calibur's story. So that was his goal, the only thing he wanted. He had a device as powerful as the Loom of Fate at his disposal, and all he wanted to do with it was to offer the hilichurls a moment of peace.
I can't change the world. Not when I lost the very right to exist within it. Implanting those memories, that was the most worthwhile thing I could offer.
I think it was very meaningful indeed.
All that's left of my existence is a wisp of residual consciousness tied to the Loom of Fate. In truth, that trace of my consciousness should have dissipated long ago. My goal was the one thing that allowed me to hold on all this time. But now, the bedtime story is finished. And it's finally time to rest.
And with that, Calibear is free. Or Carrie Bear is free.
Looks like I was too late to see Kari Bear one last time.
Of course.
Khaenri'ah's consciousness is gone, and this space will soon disappear along with it. Neither of us belongs here. That's why we're not tangible. Were that not the case, I'd love to hug you too.
Well, how about a conversation?
Wait, what? Okay, hold on. Wait, the game is throwing a lot here. Conversation. Wait, an actual one or an... Okay, never mind.
The chance to just stop and talk like this is certainly not easy to come by. Wouldn't you agree?
Yeah, I almost can't believe it's real. In fact, I really don't believe it's real.
That battle earlier was tough. The one against Dane, I mean.
Yeah, he seems pretty strong.
I didn't expect that after everything, he would still hesitate to raise his sword against me. Were it not for that, perhaps I'd still be no match for the Twilight Sword. Even after 500 years.
What are you gonna do with the Loom of Fate?
The Loom of Fate, huh? I still haven't found a way to utilize it to its full potential. But there's still time before the Heavenly Principles awaken.
The Heavenly Principles are still asleep?
Yes, for 500 years now, ever since the cataclysm in Khaenri'ah. There's been no sign of activity.
Why are we trying to awaken the gods with the power to wipe everything from existence?
Not long ago, you witnessed the Hydro Archon destroy her divine throne.
Yeah,
Yes.
Focalor did that.
Such a flagrant disregard for the rules, and still Celestia took no action. I suppose that's proof enough of the Heavenly Principles situation. However, the Heavenly Principles will awaken. We just don't know when that will be, or what might trigger it.
You really hate the Heavenly Principles, don't you?
You could say that. Just look at Khaenri'ah. He was so pure and single-minded. The space we now find ourselves is a perfect representation of who he was. Quiet and peaceful. Even as a hilly churl, seeing the terrible sight within the mirror wasn't enough to taint his spirit. He brought comfort to the people of this world, even though he was denied the very right to be a part of it. So ask yourself this. Who was it that deprived him of that right to exist? Of course, that's only one example. My feelings about the Heavenly Principles are too complicated to explain in just a few words. Ether?
You're the only one in this world who calls me that. There's so much I wanted to ask you, but for some reason, I'm not interested in asking those questions right now. There's just one thing I have to ask. One thing I could never understand. Why? Why can't we continue our journey together?
At the end of my journey, I arrived at a place known as the Sea of Flowers at the end. Do you remember? A long time ago, when we traveled between worlds together, you told me you wanted to find a place in the universe where that one flower was in full bloom. To have a place like that suddenly appear before me, well, would you think of that as a coincidence?
You mean...
I miss you too, Ether. But as this war continues to rage, and as I continue to seek that final answer, I don't even know how to face myself sometimes, let alone my own brother.
What's going on?
This space has lost its tether. I doubt it'll be able to exist much longer. In fact, aside from our inability to physically interact with each other, There's something else you should know about this space. With Khaenri'ah gone, we won't be able to remember anything that happened here.
Well, isn't that convenient?
Everything in space will be wiped from existence, including all memory of our reunion.
Goddamn convenient plot memory wiping bullshit.
You're only telling me this now?
Well, there was no point in mentioning it earlier, because there wouldn't have been any point to the conversation then, because it didn't actually happen! Wibbly wobbly timey wimey. Fantastic. I can't even. Well, that was interesting.
Still so sleepy. Paimon's head feels all fuzzy.
And
Oh,
that's the
Paimon
end.
woke up a little earlier than you, so Paimon will fill you in. The villagers said that they saw us sleeping near the village yesterday. They couldn't wake us up no matter how hard they tried, so they decided to just bring us back here. Oh, and Dane came by just now. It looked like he was injured. He didn't say anything, though. Just made sure that you were all right and left. Kinda seemed like he had a lot on his mind, but that's Dane for ya.
He never changes, does he? I'm having trouble thinking straight right now. Yeah, I am too. Especially what with the fact that we just saw our sibling again, only to have it instantly wiped from our memory. And thus the plot continues.
Let's think for a second. We were in that memory, and we saw that guy you called Khaenri'ah. He was the missing villager that we've been trying to find, right? And after that, Paimon doesn't remember what happened.
We talked for a while, and he told me about the Loom of Fate.
Wait, really? What a score!
I guess our commission is complete then. The missing villager, the person who only existed in people's memories, was Khaenri'ah all along. Khaenri'ah. But now that he's gone, I'm not sure how to explain things to the villagers.
Well, what happened after that?
After that, I don't seem to remember. I remember. Maybe I'm just tired? Feels like something else happened, but I can't remember it. Yeah, because it was wiped from existence. Because the plot demanded it. I'm not sure why, but it almost feels like I lost something.
Ah, there you are. Sleep well?
Bayram, you sure seem happy. Did something good happen?
Something good? Huh. Wasn't anything good or bad, I'd say. It's just that, well, the village organized another search party yesterday. It didn't feel right to leave all the searching to the adventurers. So there we were, searching away, when suddenly this one guy said it all came back to him. According to him, one day around dusk, he was passing by this one tree outside the village, and he saw our missing villager. There he was, sleeping under that tree all by himself. His parents came a little later to wake him up, and they all left together. They looked like quite a happy family, apparently. And after that, well, we all started to feel like that really is what happened. Kind of strange that we forgot all about it for so long.
So that's how Khaenri'ah said his goodbyes. That was the last memory he gave them.
Oh, and we also remembered his name, Khaenri'ah. Now, that's not a name you hear every day. Would have been helpful if we remembered it sooner.
Indeed. That is a unique name. Make sure you remember it this time.
Well, I hope he's happy wherever he is. And we're all relieved now that we know what happened.
Seems like everyone thinks Khaenri'ah left the village. That's probably for the best. At least they have some sort of explanation now.
Khaenri'ah is gone. The Loom of Fate is now complete, and no one else will try to change the villagers' memories.
Paimon wonders how Atos is doing. Maybe we should go check on her. If she hasn't remembered like everyone else, we can tell her what happened.
Yeah, she did kind of get stood up, didn't she?
Paimon didn't see her in the village just now, so She's probably at the tree. Come on, let's go talk to her.
Will do, Paimon.
How's it going?
Depression.
Oh, it's you two. I was just about to go looking for you. I wanted to thank you. I was part of the search party, so I remember what happened to Khaenri'ah now. Honestly, I just can't believe I forgot something so important.
I'm sure he wouldn't want you to forget him.
It's funny, but I have this feeling he told me the same thing. I just can't seem to remember when. I guess it doesn't really matter anyway. Life is made up of a series of memories. As long as I hold on to our time together, he'll always be a part of my life. I'm just happy I got to meet him. So, who cares what happens in the future, right?
Yeah, I'm not,
Okay,
not
I'll
fixing
admit, I'm just putting on a brave face.
that. Yeah, we're not fixing this injury.
I was dumped, wasn't I?
Kind of?
Otherwise, why would he just leave like that without saying goodbye?
I'm sure he had his reasons. Well, he did. He never technically existed in the first place.
You don't need to comfort me. I'll be okay. It's just like Khaenri'ah said. It's the things we overcome that make life more precious. And you know, if he has a heart, maybe he'll come back and see me one day.
Oh, no.
Anyway, thanks for all your hard work, you two. I promised I'd help Granny Jahiet with something, so I should head back. Goodbye!
Yeah, let's keep the quiet bit quiet this time.
Well, that should be it, right? Everyone's lives can go back to normal now.
Sure.
Oh, right! Weren't you about to tell Paimon what happened after your conversation with Khaenri'ah?
Right, what was it that happened? I can't remember. Huh, feels like there's something in my pocket.
A picture? Where'd that come from? Let Paimon see.
Okay, how? When? When did... how did he do this? Why did he do that? You know what? Too many questions. It's gonna make my head hurt. That was a lot shorter than I thought it would be. Well, my mind has been sufficiently exploded. Go to Roratime Harbor. Oh yeah, leaving Fontaine. Actually, I guess that'll have to be for next time then. That was a lot shorter than I thought it was going to be. That's good. I'm going to actually get my sleep. All right. Well... I guess I'll be seeing everyone tomorrow for the Archon quest, or the next Archon, the actual Archon quest. That being Natlan's actual Archon quest. In that case, let's just go to the title screen. All right. Well, in that case, guess this is just going to end up being a shorter one. All right. Also, just like to say it, yes, I promise to stream more in the future. It's just, I don't know, I hit like a point where I just wasn't motivated, I guess. But you know what? Gonna push past that. We're gonna keep going forward. So, I have been Susato. Take care of yourself. Take care of all those around you. And I will see you next time. Take care.